Hello, my name is Nick Masters, the Product Manager for the North American Business Process Solution 2020 Manager. 2020 Manager is our newest product, recently released, and I'm happy to share a sneak peek and explain some of the valuable reasons to use 2020 Manager as you grow your business. 2020 Manager is the only business process management solution designed specifically for the kitchen and bath industry by a leading provider of interior design software. What does that mean? It's a long way of saying we've built a solution that will make our designers, our users' lives easier by managing all of the work that goes into managing and creating a deal. And also it's fit specifically into our products, so inherently time-saving and built for your day. All of that said, what really is 2020 Manager? Well, it's a cloud-based CRM designed to take a customer from a prospect, all of the steps involved to convert and make them a contract. Design space is busy, and Manager's catchline is get organized, get optimized, and win more deals. So what Manager will do is bring together what are often many time-consuming manual processes across spreadsheets, notebooks, whiteboards, calendars, and more, all into one streamlined process fit for your business. A great illustration of this is the process of quoting. Now, Design Live is a fantastic tool for designing. However, it isn't always the place that people go to look to do pricing. Although it does have some feature functionality built around pricing, a lot of times what we hear from our customers is once they're actually doing a quote, they'll take the file from Design Live, manipulate offline, and present to the customer in their own template, their own format. That said, with one click, you can take your Design Live illustration, send it over as a kit file directly into Manager for manipulating and managing the quote in a CRM. Now that the file is successfully sent, I'll hop over to 2020 Manager, where I see all of the contextual deal information specific to the quote. From here, I have specific controls built into the way the pricing imports. I can have company or supplier markups that are specific to the import, meaning the price will automatically reflect any changes that I want specific to my company. Or I can always add them as a one-off. Add a discount. Save it. Once I'm confident with the price, I'll make sure it's reflected in updates on the presentation amount and generate a quote. Built templates out of the box, which are ready to go and will pull in all of your contextual information about your quote without any rekeying. So no more manually controlling offline, rekeying all of your items and pricing, manually calculating. You can simply generate, which pulls in a beautiful design that pulls in your company logo, all of your items, pricing. Long gone are the days of taking all of your information, doing calculations offline, putting into a PDF and managing offline. It's simply built into the way you're already using Design Live. All of that said, what problems does Manager help solve? One of the things we constantly hear from our customers is the design space is busy, and time is money, and time not spent winning deals is time wasted. But if you're overwhelmed with keeping your projects organized, if you're trying to grow and trying to scale, and these pieces aren't connected, then you miss out on the opportunity of winning as much as you could. So what Manager will allow you to do is take management from many offline applications and many offline processes and help you focus it into what's going to help win more deals. So from prospect to a design to a quote to a contract, it's all customizable, easily configurable fit to your business. And the reality is, Manager may be a time investment, as any CRM is, but in the long run, as you invest a little bit of time in keeping track of your records, it will pay extreme dividends, not just for you, but for your entire team. You see, Manager is cloud-based. It's accessible anywhere, and anyone on your team can access their documents to manage, train, and win more deals. So whether you're storing information about a contract or a quote, it's all easily accessible for your team, whether they're on a desktop or a tablet. They use their same login as 2020 Design and connects them to what's going on across their business. A great illustration of this is the management of all the contextual data that's stored with our account. For instance, since we're looking at the deal page, we can quickly reference any past quotes, see any design files which were shared, and add additional files. So maybe there's an installer taking screenshots that we want to include. I can quickly choose any documentation and attach and save directly into the deal. You'll also notice all of my contextual data is linked together, not just from the deal I'm working on, but from the individual contact. I can pull up the customer, see any related information, history, past deals we've worked on, files, and even more. All of this information is safely stored on the cloud and ready to be accessed wherever your team may be. The next problem that Manager helps solve is the issue with transparency across your organization. So not just for the individual, but how different team members are performing, how they're tracking against their goals, the projects that are in flight, and what the additional tasks are needed to complete those projects. It allows full scheduling and appointment visibility and transparency, meaning you can sync your calendar and your Outlook to your account and see a full view of not just your currently scheduled events, but all of your team members' important appointments and how it fits into the bigger picture. A great way to illustrate this is with the homepage. You'll notice you're presented with a snapshot of all the different projects that one might be working on, but also filters to control what you're seeing. So my default is all of my projects, but I can very quickly switch to all projects across the company and see all of the different things my teammates are working on. Additionally, all of these one projects are highlighted conveniently in the commercial dashboard, which will show how your different sales and employees are performing against their goals. Whenever a deal is won, that information will be registered against these goals, but I can also customize them based on what fits for my business, the time of year, my employees, and everything they have going on. I can create a new goal, or perhaps customize the one that already exists. So if I have a new salesperson I'd like to add to the team, and set them up. Perhaps configure their goal amount. And save. So these goals can be customized and flexible depending on however you'd like to manage your team. Once done, I save. I return back home. And as you can see, our newest salesman has already reached his goal for the month. But this is all configurable. Another great feature of 2020 Manager is the way it fits into the calendar and scheduling of your day. So whether you're working on a project, you'd like to schedule an appointment, you can jump to a calendar and create any event, but also sync with your existing calendar account. Go ahead and choose Microsoft Outlook. Set up my account. Save it and pull in login details, which creates a sync directly with my own personal Outlook account. So now, if I schedule perhaps an on-site measurement for this particular client, set a time, 4 o'clock on the 29th, set an end time, can include anyone else on the team that I would like to have, and save it. If I link anyone else on my team, they will also get the same invite. But it's also worth noting the fact that this will sync directly into my calendar and my Outlook without any additional changes. So I'll pull over this particular example. And as you can see, the on-site measurement appointment has already been created. If I delete it, it will delete from Outlook. If I update it, it will also update. But regardless of whatever I have going on during my day, I can be confident that I have a quick and easy snapshot of anything I should be working on at a glance. Now you know a little bit about Manager, what it is, and some of the key features that really make it work well for our dealers, and is a future for all that we hope to build in terms of managing and maintaining our contacts, our deals, our projects, and any sort of contextual information you could be interested in seeing. From here, we'll take the opportunity to see a direct demo end to end and see how the process works from start to finish. To do so, we'll start by logging into 2020 Manager. Now that you understand a little bit about the value of 2020 Manager, let's go ahead and take a look at the application itself and get visibility into all the things it can help with. We'll first log in using our 2020 Cloud account. This account will be the same one you share with Design Live. Upon logging in, you're taken to a homepage which highlights key information about events and projects going on that fill your day. Manager is rich in feature functionality that make a designer's day easier, but it's important to remember this helps everyone at the business, from the person answering the phone to the people making the sales and the accountants in the office, even the installers in the field, and everyone in between. A great place to start is to begin a new project, which you can do by clicking the plus sign on the homepage, which will present you with different options for how you want to manage your project. It's important to notice that these options are pre-configured out of the box and ready to go based off of what we've seen work with other customers. However, they can be easily customized to fit your own business's personal needs and how you like to operate. For illustration purposes, we're going to begin with a simple workflow. Once chosen, it will launch the side drawer that allows you to choose the different tasks that need to be accomplished to complete the project. We'll start the project by selecting a contact. We'll choose the link option. You'll notice there are previously created contacts I can choose from, or create my own. From here, users also have other functionality control for which they can customize who owns this project. For instance, you can assign the project as a whole to a different employee. Or if you'd like to just have the individual task assigned out to a salesperson, for instance, I can choose the individual task and assign it to the person responsible directly. This is now assigned to the user, Jim Smalley. Once he completes this task of the project, it will then come back into my queue for me to take additional actions. If I change my mind and want to assign it to someone else, or take the task back, I can. But let's go ahead and proceed forward. This task ties specifically to our survey functionality. You'll notice multiple default questions that are ready to go out of the box that we've heard specifically from designers across the country. However, all of these, as most of the application, can be customized to your specific needs. This one's options are strictly discretionary. We'll go ahead and choose a couple of the answers. Once we're ready to submit the survey, it updates to reflect on our front end dashboard. You'll notice we're no longer in the scope phase, but we've now progressed to the design phase where we're able to select a design. To do so, I'm going to pull up the design I was working on in Design Live. Once it's ready to send, I simply hit the Send to Manager button, which kicks off the process. And once completed, I'll get a message that it was sent successfully, which returns us back to 2020 Manager. I'll go ahead and go back into the project, link to the next action, set a temperature for this project. I think it's a hot deal. They're ready to sign up. And choose the design that was just recently sent. Save. Once linked, the user is automatically directed to the deal page to take any necessary actions in order to complete a quote. A couple of important highlights. I can go ahead and expand the deal to see a little bit more context about the specific design that was just sent over. Perhaps all of the pricing that shows what the design file sent. What's great is you already have all of your price details here, which can then be modified without any manual calculations, as already discussed. So you can create new discounts, new markups to be applied directly. You can also set specific markups for perhaps your supplier. You choose the suppliers you have. And maybe a particular one has a 10% markup. This can vary, but you can also have pricing set up at the company level. So you can set up a pricing operation for any specials you have going on, any markups, anything that should be automatically applied directly to the quote, and have that applied in the page. I will now go back into the deal and finish modifying the price specific to any updates I want to do manually. Manage the deal. For simplicity's sake, I'll simply add a discount just to win the deal. Once saved, you'll notice the price, which I'll update, and now reflects the difference. As already shown, I'll go ahead and I'll pull up a quote, which you can see all the contextual information. Should I ever want to hide or remove certain information, I can do so, or I can edit it directly in the account. Once I'm done making my changes, I'll hit generate, which creates a beautiful quote that's able to be shared directly with customers, pulling in my logo, all of my template information, pricing, showing my markups if they're meant to be included, and highlighting my discounts to help win the deal. At the end of the day, I can either download, print, or have any other control you would typically have with this PDF document. At this point in the project, I have quoted and got the verbal confirmation directly from our customer. So now that I know they're ready to sign and win the deal, let's go ahead and establish a payment condition. You'll notice we have preloaded conditions, but these can all be customized based on how you like to do business. Great. Once saved, I'll confirm that everything is up to date. And now that I have this payment condition in, all of my requirements have been fulfilled, for which I can go ahead and mark the deal as won. Which is great. This now shows a nice trophy, which will highlight my success, which will also reflect on the home page. Now reflecting the additional $1 amount, which counts towards my quota for the month. However, let's go back into the deal to just finish up any loose ends. Suppose you'd like to produce a contract. Well, now that the deal is won, you also have the option for our pre-built template specific to the contract to be added to the deal. Much like the quote template, all of this is editable and more, where I can add lines, customize text, but I have everything I need to make this a legally binding contract, for which it can be signed, and once it's ready to be distributed, I'll generate it and produce the same type of beautiful contract to officially win the deal. Perfect. I can now print this out and send it for a signature. I'll go ahead and close out now at this point. To close the loop, I'll go ahead and navigate back home. Choose the project I was just working on. Now that I finished managing the deal, I'll go ahead and complete the project to resolve any last steps. You'll notice it disappears from my screen. Should I ever want to go back and reference it though, I can always filter to all stages as opposed to just the active one. You'll notice Alex returns, but if I reset the filters, he's no longer an active project, and that's a wrap. In summary, I greatly appreciate your time in learning more about 2020 Manager and how it can help streamline your day to take all of those manual tasks and bring them to life in a system that is transparent, easy to use, and connecting you across your business. Ultimately, we hope you win more deals. So, as a call to action, if you want to navigate to 2020spaces.com, choose Manager, you can navigate to our new product page to try it for free. I hope you will. Have a great day. Thank you.